Well, look, Google is, at this point, a mature, highly profitable, well-positioned company. I wouldn't say still looking for its second act, but looking for its next exciting new growth area. And obviously trying to get into cloud and looking for lots of other things. You know, when you go into anything with an expectation that you're going to do great and you're just a world beater, it's easy for people to get disappointed if they don't see perfection.
So Mike, if you're going into the quarter asking, do all of the privacy missteps, concerns, politics impact the business? And the answer is still not really,
No, it's hard
right?
to find it in the business. No, not in the financial results. I think it's much more about how investors are thinking about the company longer term, you know, weighing potential risks along with what we know is a very good business. So this is a flat stock year to date. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it obviously is being weighed down by that perception that maybe something might be a little riskier in the story.
Ed Lee, about half an hour or so before the earnings hit, we did get details of 48 people in total, according to Sundar Pichai, being terminated for sexual harassment, including 13 who were senior managers or above. He said none of those individuals received an exit package. Is that possibly weighing on the stock price? Do you think that's enough of a number to give people concern about the image of the company?
So my colleagues at the Times reported that story out. They did a great job. Of course, we'd like to think that somehow might be a factor. I don't think that in any way has weighed on the stock. When the story came out, the stock was sort of going fine on its own. There is, however, you have to give Sundar Pichai credit for responding and having a really specific response to the article, but also to the situation. The broader liability, though, is that, you know, Google is an advertising business, right? It's a reputation business ultimately, and advertisers started fleeing YouTube when they found out they were next to sort of conspiracy videos and fake Russian bots, basically. So an effort to sort of not just clean up internally, but just sort of how they do their business and the things that they present is going to be incredibly important to advertisers. So that's absolutely important. Longer term, it could have an effect. Though, of course, you have to give the CEO credit for responding to it as quickly as he did.
So, Stephanie, now that you've dug through some of the numbers, what do you think the market response has to do with? Is it revenues once you factor in those traffic acquisition costs?
Yeah, I think a top-line miss is a top-line miss. It's disappointing, right, for a company that's growing at this size. So I think the problem is you don't know right now the breakdown of the top-line miss. Was it core Google or was it other? So margins were a little soft, but they weren't really problematic in my mind. It's really the top line that was the question mark, and I think that's the reason the stock's down.
How much would you need to see it pull back before you would be wanting to buy this?
So I own it. I wouldn't. This is not the one I would buy. I actually want to buy Facebook. I want to buy the contrarian name because these reactions are telling you that they're pretty crowded already, right? And that expectations are quite high. The results are very good long term, no problems with the stories. But I think that the opportunity is at Facebook because it's down so much and the expectations are so low and the trends are still very positive long term.